Clay starts off as wet. Wet clay is smushy. You can shape it and squish it. Then it becomes dry when it's left out in the air. This is called bone dry in clay. It should be really soft and really brittle. That means it's easy to break. Bone dry clay is the most fragile state of clay. After it becomes bone dry, I put it in the kiln for the first time. The kiln is the big clay oven that heats up your artwork. Then, after it comes out of the kiln, it is called bisque clay. Bisque clay is a little bit more sturdy than bone dry clay, but it is still breakable. We have bisque clay that we put glaze onto. Then it goes for the second time in the kiln, where the glaze melts onto your bisque clay. Then it is called glazed. You see that glaze adds color and it adds shine. Glazed clay is still fragile since it is ceramic, but it is stronger than before. I want you to put your pieces of clay in order. Make sure that you feel the clay and see what it feels like at the different stages. Your clay has now gone in the kiln for the first time, where they got hot, hotter in fact than lava. Lava is about 2,000 degrees, and so is the kiln. It was hot enough to turn your clay hard like a rock. Now we are going to paint that clay with glaze, a special clay paint. You get to decide what colors you want to make it. We have all different colors of the rainbow. The glaze, as you can see, is going to make your piece shiny and colorful. We have every color plus pink, white, brown, and black. However, if you need white, brown, or black, you'll have to raise your hand and ask me, because those are in separate cups that I will bring to your table. The rest of the glaze colors are in your glaze tray. That is right here. So it goes in rainbow order, from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink is at the end. The purple and the pink in your glaze tray look really similar until they're fired in the kiln. So make sure you know that the pink is the one on the very end. We want to keep this glaze tray really nice and neat. All of those colors should not ever be mixed together in the tray. So that means I need you to rinse your brush in between colors. Make sure your brush goes all the way to the bottom of the cup when you rinse. And then you need to dry with an X on the sponge. That will get your brush ready to go into a different color and make sure that the glaze stays nice in the tray. You will need to take the lid off of your glaze. And remember that when you glaze clay, you can glaze everywhere except the bottom. You do not want to glaze where it touches the table, because if you glaze on the bottom, the glaze will melt in the kiln and get stuck to the kiln shelf. You want to start by painting your stem of your pumpkin. Then you're going to paint the rest. You can paint it a natural color like white and green, or yellow or orange, or you could even paint it a different color if you would like. When you paint your glaze on, please make sure that you paint 2 layers of glaze. So once you go over it one time with glaze, you want to paint a second time. That will make it so your pumpkin is really nice and colorful. For cleanup, you're going to return your glaze tray with the lid on tight, nice and neatly, to your 3rd grade cart. You will also return your sponge, stacked up nice and neat, on your cart. You will dump out your water cup and put your brush in the wash brush bucket. You'll need to give your water cup a little bit of a rinse to get all of the glaze that's stuck to the bottom. Then you're going to carefully, with walking feet, walk your pumpkin over to your 3rd grade art cart. Then you may wash your hands. I am going to put your artwork into the kiln again for a 2nd time after the day today. Then the glaze that we painted on is going to melt in the kiln and make your artwork a finished glazed sculpture.